All right, so buckle up, everybody, because today we're diving headfirst into Snow Crash.
Headfirst is right. We're talking Neal Stephenson here.
Yeah, and this book, it's a wild ride, samurai sword fights, rogue pizzas, we've got the frickin' mafia.
Don't forget the Sumerian gods.
Oh yeah, can't leave those out, ancient Sumerian gods, who would thought. But honestly, that's what makes this book so damn good, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's like Stevenson just threw everything at the wall and somehow it all works.
You know, I think that's what grabbed me right from the jump, Stevenson. He just doesn't hold back.
Nope.
You're dropped right into this future America that's, well, it's gone to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've got corporate overlords, society's falling apart, and the only thing holding it together is delivery drivers.
It's a classic cyberpunk setup when you think about it.
Totally.
This idea that when the world's gone to shit, it's the people on the fringes, the ones delivering your pizza and hacking systems. They're the important ones.
And we're not even talking to your average pizza guy here.
Right.
Our protagonist, hero protagonist, he's a hacker extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire for sure.
But he's slinging pizzas for the mafia, Cosa Nostra Pizza to be exact, just to make ends meet.
Gotta pay the bills somehow.
The dude even has 2 samurai swords strapped to him alongside those pepperoni pies. Talk about dedication. What gets me is how Stevenson just blends the mundane with the extraordinary. You get these moments and you're like, wait, what?
It's that constant tension between the familiar and the bizarre that makes Snow Crash so damn compelling.
And just when you think you're getting a handle on things, bam, hero stumbles upon this thing called Snow Crash. It's a drug, a virus, of maybe a digital weapon.
It's like Stevenson deliberately leaves it vague just to mess with you.
For sure.
But the Snow Crash thing, it's not just messing with people's minds in the traditional sense. It's causing some people, hackers especially, to start speaking in ancient Sumerian,
Right.
like full-on glossolalia, but with cuneiform tablets.
Yeah, that's where things get really wild. Like, how do you go from pizza delivery and hacking to ancient Sumerian gods? What's the connection? And before you even answer that, there's another player we got to talk about, Raven.
Ah, Raven.
This guy is like the ultimate cyberpunk warrior,
Total badass.
a nuke-wielding enigma.
Seems like he might be tied into this whole Sumerian god thing, too.
Okay, so we've got Hero, our hacker pizza guy, Raven, our nuke-wielding enigma, and this mysterious Snow Crash that's somehow connected to ancient Sumerian gods. Where do we even begin to unpack this?
Well, it all circles back to this ancient Sumerian myth about Enki, the god of water and knowledge. He uses language to shape reality, you see.
Okay, hold on. You're saying this whole cyberpunk thriller hinges on the power of words,
That's what Stevenson's getting at.
like actual spoken language.
That's right. This idea that words have power, that they can actually shape the world around us, that's what Snow Crash is all about.
I'm intrigued, but you're going to have to break this down for me. So it's like, are we talking about some ancient Sumerian coding language here?
It's a trip, right?
Did these guys, like, crack the code to reality itself or something?
That's the crazy part. Stevenson, he draws these parallels, right, between Enki's me, these like divine rules or principles from Sumerian mythology, and get this, actual computer code.
Whoa.
It's like he's saying that language itself, just regular language, has this kind of programming language embedded in it.
Okay, so if I'm following you, this Namshub thing, this word that keeps popping up, it's not just some random Sumerian term. It's like a line of code,
Exactly.
but for reality itself.
You got it.
So someone could use this Namshub thing to, like, rewrite the rules of the game.
And guess who figured out how to do just that?
Who? Don't tell me, let me guess.
L. Bob Rife.
Rife, seriously.
Yeah, the cable TV monopolist.
The guy's got his fingers in every pie, right?
Every single one. Controlling the flow of information. But he's not content with just controlling what people watch. No, he wants to control their minds.
Rife. Like the slick dude from those infomercials.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who's basically running the world from his cable TV empire.
One and the same. He sees Snow Crash and this Namshub thing as the ultimate tools for mind control. Next level stuff.
This is blowing my mind.
He's weaponizing language to reshape reality to how he wants it.
Okay, but how does he even go about weaponizing ancient Sumerian? Did he, like, put subliminal messages in his cable TV broadcasts or what?
Even wilder than that, he creates this whole megachurch, the Reverend Wayne's Pearly Gates, and spreads it like wildfire across the globe. They preach about Jesus and salvation and all that, but
It's all a front.
all a front for Rife's brainwashing scheme.
He's using religion to hack people's minds.
Mhm.
That's dark And effective, I guess. It's like that whole give the people what they want strategy, but with a side of Sumerian mind control.
Basically, he infects people with snow crash, their minds get reprogrammed by this ancient linguistic virus, they start speaking Sumerian, the whole 9 yards. It's both fascinating and terrifying when you think about it.
It really is. It's like Stevenson is sending us a warning, right?
Right.
About the power of information, how easy it can be manipulated, how it can be used to control us. It makes you question everything, everything you read, everything you hear. What do you think out there, listener? Are we just pawns in some grand information war?
That's the big question Stevenson's asking us, isn't it? How much control do we really have over our own minds? Think about it. Social media algorithms, targeted advertising, political propaganda. It's everywhere.
Okay, but where does Hero fit into all this? We've got our hacker pizza guy, right?
Yeah.
Stuck in the middle of an ancient Sumerian cyber apocalypse. What's he going to do? I mean, Hero's our guy, right? He's the one that has to stop this Namshub thing from frying everyone's brains.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him.
But how do you even fight something like that? It's like bringing a slingshot to a nuke fight.
Well, he's got his hacking skills, for one,
Sure.
and his trusty katana. Plus, he's teaming up with YT.
Oh, yeah, can't forget about YT.
This badass teenage courier, she's got more street smarts than anyone else in this whole book.
And she's got that souped-up skateboard.
She gets around.
Come on, it's got to be one hell of a skateboard if she's going to keep up with a nuke-toting maniac and a Sumerian god virus.
Oh.
What's it packing? Rocket boosters.
Don't underestimate YT, my friend. She's a force of nature. But you're right, they've got their work cut out for them. Heroes trying to fight Rife in the metaverse. YT's tearing up reality, trying to stop him at the source. And then there's Raven lurking around, doing his own thing. It's a three-ring circus of cyberpunk chaos.
You know, I got to be honest, I'm kind of rooting for Raven and all this.
Yeah.
He's like the wild card, shakes things up. What's his end game anyway? Why go after Rife?
That's the beauty of Snow Crash. You never really know. It's not your typical hero-villain story, you know? Raven, for all his craziness and firepower, he's a product of this world, just like Rife. They're both driven by their own pasts, their own ideas about how the world should be.
So it's like this cyber-powered chess game, right? With Hero, YT, Rife, and Raven all making their moves. Man, Stevenson really created something special. What blows me away is how relevant it still feels today. You know, we're sitting here worried about information overload, big tech controlling everything, even reality itself being manipulated. And Stevenson wrote this decades ago.
That's why they call it a classic, right? It's not just some wild cyberpunk story. It's a reflection on information, how technology can set us free and enslave us at the same time.
So how does it all shake out? Do they, Hero and YT, do they stop Rife before he unleashes this Namshub apocalypse?
Well, I can't spoil everything for our listeners.
Come on and give us a hint.
Let's just say the final showdown is pure cyberpunk chaos. You've got virtual sword fights, real-world explosions, and some serious mind-bending stuff about, well, everything we think we know about reality and language. It's a wild ride, and even if I told you how it ends, you wouldn't believe me until you read it.
True enough. Snow Crash. It's a book you have to experience.
Absolutely. It's a classic for a reason. Cyberpunk, language, technology, the future, it's all there. It'll make you question everything you thought you knew. And hey, it might even make you look at your pizza delivery guy a little differently.
For sure. So to everyone listening, if you haven't already, dive into Snow Crash. And when you're done, come find us online. Let's unpack this thing together. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and don't forget to double-check those pizza boxes. You never know what kind of code might be lurking under those pepperoni slices.